Hello everyone, I am Lawrence Angelo B. Julio, reporting the flowchart of our program. Recently, Mr. Quinto Narciso explained about the program, which of its functions and formulas, and now I will explain the flowchart of our program. So first, we need to create a terminal symbol with the start. Next, you need to create an input-output symbol with the input of enter the three integers num1, num2, and num3, in which the example of which in the code is here, which is enter the three integers, which is num1, num2, and num3. Next, you need to create a process symbol which the average is equals to num1 plus num2 plus num3 divided by 3. So in the example of the code given here is average is equals to num1 num2 plus num3 is divided by 3. So you need to declare that first is equals to 0, second is equals to 0, and third is equals to 0, which is given in the code that so that in the variable you need to create a variable so that it has a value. So first is equals to 0, second is equals to 0, third is equals to 0. So in this case, we are now in the ascending order for the flowchart. So in the program, if num3 is greater or equal than num1 and num3 is greater or equal than num2. So in the flowchart, you need to create a decision box in which it contains of if num3 is greater or equal than num1 and num3 is greater or equal than num2. If true, then third is equals to num3. Or you need to create a process symbol in which it contains if third is equals to num3. Then you need to create another decision symbol which contains of if num1 is equals to is greater or equal than num2. So as shown in the code that if num1 is greater or equal than num2, then second is equal to num1, then first is equal to num2. In this case, in the flowchart, that it is true if second, if num1 is greater or equal than num2, then true is second is equals to num1, first is equals to num2. And if false, then here else in the code given, else that if second is equals to num2 and first is equals to num1. So if num1 is greater than or equal than num2, which is false, then second is equals to num2 or first is equals to num1. So on to the next code, which is also in the ascending order. So else you need to, so here if num2 is and num3 is greater than num1 and num3 is greater than or equal than num2. So else if num2 is greater than num3 and num2 is greater or equal than num1, because here in the first decision box or decision symbol, you can transmit or you can decide if it is true or false, because either num3 is greater than num1 or greater than num2. So in the second decision table, which is if it is false, then num2 is greater than num1 or greater than num3. And on the third decision table, which is given also in the code, that else if num1 is greater than num2 and num1 is greater than num3, and which will be given as if third is equals to num1 and and you need to create another decision table in which num2 is greater than num3. So these two will decide either num2 or num3 is greater than num1 or num2. So if num2 is greater than num3, true, then second is equals to num2, then first is equals to num3. Then if false, second is equals to num3 and first is equals to num2. So that is the end of the first formula or flow of the ascending order. Next, we are now in the descending order, in which you need to declare first is equals to 0, second is equals to 0, and third is equals to 0. And now you need to create a decision symbol in which contains of if num1 is less than or equal than num2 and num1 is less than or equal than num3. So if true, then third is equals to num1, and now you need to create a decision table in which if num2 is greater or equal than num3, so in which if true, then second is equals to num2 and first is equals to num3. So if it is false, we'll put in the process that second is equals to num3 or first is equals to num2. And next, here, if it is here, if decision table, if num1 is less than or equal than num2 and num1 is less than num3, and if it is false, else if is also given in the code that, where is it, that if num2 is less than or equal than num3 and num2 is less than or equal than num1. So if it is true, then third is equals to num2. And now we need to create a decision table in which to either find if num3 is greater or equal than num1. If it is false, then second is equals to num1 and first is equals to num3. Then if it is true, then second is equals to num3 and first is equals to num1. So here, now we are in the third decision table in order of the ascending order, or descending order rather. As if num3 is less than or equal to num2 and num3 is less than or equal to num1. So if it is true, then need to create a process table which contains if third is equals to num3, then if it is third is equals to num3, you need to declare or need to create a decision table in which contains if num3 is less than or equal than num1. If it is false, you need to put in the process table or symbol that second is equals to num1, first is equals to num2. And if it is true, then in the process table or symbol, second is equals to num2 or first is equals to num1. Then, now, here, in the flowchart, we will now proceed to the square root of descending. If you are having difficulties why or having questions why square of ascending is not in the flowchart, because here in the flowchart, here rather in the program that's given, and it is explained by Mr. Kento Narcisio recently that in the square of ascending, you need to declare int of the first, second, and third in the ascending order into square or multiplied by itself, so that the code or the program will be shorter and less hassle. And now we will directly go to the square root of descending in the flowchart. Now, you need to declare min is equals to first, mid is equals to second, max is equals to third. That is, which is given in the program that here you need to create a double min, that min is equals to first, mid is equals to second, and max is equals to third. And now you will create a decision table which contains that if min is less than 0, then if min is equal to min, then if mid is less than 0, then mid is equals to mid. Then if mid is less than 0, then max is equals to max. But in this flow, Mr. Kentoy explained on how he create the formula or how the flow is being given. So here in the flowchart, all of the outputs are being declared and put it in the one place, which is in the bottom, because in the bottom part all of the output is given here. So first, in the output of average, which is here, then and the output of average is here. Average, the string format, then average, if it is also given in the code that here, that average plus string format, then percent of 1.2 and is average. And here in the output of ascending order, which is also given in the code, here that ascending order plus integer of the first, int of the second, int of the third, then output of descending order, which is also given in the code, that descending order of int of first, integer of second, and integer of third. And here We can now see the output of square of ascending, because as you can see, there is no flow of square of ascending, because here in the formula given, it is now in the print section, which is the output, because the code of this is in the part of ascending order, in which it is also being put into squared to be multiplied by itself. So we don't need to put another code to distract the other formula it is given, and it is less hassle. You need to put matplow so that it is directly into the ascending of the order, which is given here. Now, here, need to create another output in which the square of descending, which is plus string format, matplow first is to 0.5, then so on and so forth. And after that, all of here will be output. Also the same here in the question given in problem 1, which is here, in which you enter 3 integers here, num1, num2, num3, which is also here num1, num2, and num3. The average of num1 plus num2 and num3 is also here, ascending order, which is also here of num first, second, and third. Descending order, which is also here, square of ascending is also here. As you can see, which is also explained by Mr. Kentoy, that in order to get the square of ascending, first, if there is a negative part of the value or the variable, you need to put it into positive, so that when you square it, there is no negative answer, in which 10 is the square root of 10. Square root of 10 is equals to 100. Square root of 7 is equals to 49. And also square root of 10 is equals to 100. And the output of square of root is also here, which is also explained by Mr. Kentoy recently. And now that is the end of problem 1.